I'm sweeping off of your feet. Falling from now, still remember the taste of my love. Still smile from your cheek. But it's worth
Check, 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 check it. Hello, hello. Got it.
So now, I'm Jeff Stevens, and I love ice cream. A lot of people will probably be having some ice cream over the Labor Day weekend. I saw the other day, Megan, where the most expensive ice cream sundae is like $1,000. So, Megan, since we're on the subject, what would be your favorite ice cream sundae? The most expensive sundae on record sold for $1,000. 5 scoops of rich vanilla ice cream, edible gold leaves, candied fruit, expensive chocolate, and was served in a crystal goblet with a golden spoon. There's your $1,000. Yeah. Here at Carnarvon. From the Pizza Joe's Traffic Center, where goes to Pizza Joe's, order your pizza now at pizzajoes.com. Top three have hungry slain closures due to resurfacing on 680 between 220.
That's good. Top net is the best net.
There's three others. I'm Mike Ross on the Double Traffic Center. This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride or the parts you need at the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they're guaranteed to fix your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only, exclusions apply.
Proceed, lowest claim detected.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too. But it was actually our old detergent, so we switched to Tide Clean Gentle.
Tide Clean Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on the skin.
If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Clean Gentle. This back to school season, Tide and Downey are giving back $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win. No purchase necessary. US/BC17 Plus. End September 30th. Rules. Tide.com/scholarship/official rules. You make the summer sales event even better at Sales CDJR. Even if it's not a lease, Sales CDJR will get you a lease. It's Sales CDJR. It's real Chrysler Trucks keep around trade. Zero security deposits and they just $359 per lease for a 20 volts. I work it right here. Or 4x1 paper. Just free. But please, insert down there, dealers, if you are your whole 50 million, currently chapter 7 bankruptcy, still you lost it. I got to know, right, so but she's like, so like, the alternatives, they're playing that where I'm correct, so I think I've got it, but there's just going to be a response. You can reach about your about the mile here, so this is signing your resume or something. Come on, movies. What expires at 31/22. It's the Mark Mitchell kickball. Today, Gavin wants key brand ups. Mark Mitchell weighs in on building loyalty habits. Wasn't really work for free. For I'm talking about we from that and farms were tweeting active and we can't pull that off without our. As the number one audience member, our media gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're in marketing, go to iHeartResults.com. Thanks for joining us down. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback matching fee for the stuff special. It really is time to me.
That's great. The one comes back hard at the end of the third year. Good.
Sale. Save up to $700 on lifetime heating adjustable mattress sets and get a $300 instant gift. So get matched to Mattress Firm. Delivery by her. Get more website for details.
With spreading incredible WNBA by South Carolina, it's busy to go, but there's still time to get in on the action. Sport for it and appreciate it. Listen up, your customers bet $5 to get $200 on bonus bets instantly. Download the Japanese Sportsbook app and use code LADY. Promo code LADY for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet them. I'm just saying it on games, but it's yours. Text Fulton Mark 46736. Connecticut Health is available. Problem down with call me. Even at 797-377 or visit ccg.org. Display responsibly. On the move to see for your something.
See, loves playing detective.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too. And it was functional old detective. So we switched to clear brain adjustment. Time clean better. And a competitive free detergent doesn't leave behind irritating refuse.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on the skin. Thanks. Loves.
It's got to be clean. It's got to be Tide Free and Gentle. In the school approaches, you have a lot to prepare for. Back to school. Sporting events. Family gatherings. And staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve. So this fall, no matter what you're prepping for, you can prioritize your family's health and make a game plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor or pharmacist to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Records in Holland. Begins on September 20th and 21st. Streaming the afternoon. Get tickets at pxs.com. You can get your prescriptions for less in local pharmacies. You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the place that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx statement to your pharmacist at the front counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance.
Check again, check one more time, check a third time.
Prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Ready for some quick mental health facts? Let's go. Nearly 2 million Americans live with a mental health condition. In the U.S., more than 50% of people will be diagnosed with a mental illness in their lifetime. But depression is a leading cause of disability worldwide. So why are some of us still stigmatizing people living with a mental health condition when we know it's? Let's listen to the facts that beat the stigma. Ohio, challenge what you know about mental health. BeatTheStigma.org.
Nearburn Studios.
Fish Silver, great tasting, clean food, and Ameriplex. Your smart TV isn't just for binge watching.
Radio to your favorite streaming apps and binge with us.
Clicks 98.9.
Check, check. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Check, check. All right, let's talk, Dan. How are you doing today?
I'm here.
Good, good.
Nice to see you.
Das Boot.
Administration Boardman Hastings. I'd like to welcome you to tonight's contest featuring our guests, West Branch High School and Boardman High School. In order to make today's contest as enjoyable as possible, please respect your school and community in a positive and respectful manner. That means to know the rules, speak and act responsibly, and show courteous and respect for your fellow fans, the officials, and coaches, the administrators and authority figures, and of course your team and opponents. Let's make today's contest great by remembering to respect the game. Thank you. The officials assigned to this contest have been selected and assigned according to the procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. The officials are Saki Axis, Anthony Marcello, and John Stavros. Let's meet the teams. First, our visitors. Number 2, junior, Captain Allie Brammer. Number 3, sophomore, Haley Singer. Number 4, sophomore, Kadri Nesbeth. Number 6, senior, Presley Eagley. Number 7, sophomore, Katie Schroeder. Number 8, sophomore, Captain Ellie Tickle. Number 11, junior, Haley DeBurton. Number 15, junior, Sammy Beatty. Number 18, senior, Captain Eliza. Number 21, sophomore, Emma Klingensmith. And number 33, sophomore, Audrey Eaton. Coaching staff is Zachary Dean and Molly Daly. And now for your 2020 Lady Spartans. Joining them tonight for the introduction of the DSA competitive U10 girls. Welcome, girls, and thanks for your support. Your starting lineup. Number 0, sophomore, Asil Musa. Number 4, freshman, Mia Dougal. Number 8, sophomore, Ava Acevedo. Number 9, junior, Jalen Chicolo. Number 16, senior, Sarah Land. Number 18, sophomore, Gina Mariani. Number 19, senior, Ava Freeborough. Number 25, junior, Jocelyn Torres. Number 31, senior, Lainey Beadle. Number 33, junior, Abigail Hall. And number 35, senior, Sarah Barrow. Coaches are Derek Patterson, Melissa Kopanik, Bella Alberico, and Peyton Patterson. Please stand if you're able to remove your hats for the national anthem.
Keep it up, or do you want to keep it down for right? Welcome to Boardman Spartan Stadium. We're here with a matchup between the Warriors of West Branch versus the Boardman Spartans. Teams looking to get on the winning side of things. As we look at the home Spartans, you see that they play a 5-3-2, looking to utilize the numbers out of the back, maybe counterattack quickly. And then we have the 4-2-3-1, which could possibly be a 5-3, 4? That's too many people. What do you think, Dan?
No, I'll go back to Boardman. 5-3-2 is my favorite formation. Triangles everywhere, and formations are like what Mike Tyson says. Everyone has a plan, so you get punched in the mouth. So they kind of amoeba anywhere the need goes as the game goes on.
Sorry about that.
The Boardman's coming into this year. They're looking for their first win on the year. Looking to replace some scoring that they graduated, but they still return a healthy amount of players from last year's team. They opened up with a couple, I think 3 difficult games. So as you mentioned earlier, both teams looking to right the ship. West Branch graduated, quote unquote, their golden era last year. But that doesn't mean that they don't have anybody coming up through the ranks. So they still have some good players out there, and everyone gets to see them live tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at the players outside.
Yeah, West Branch, I know we're only about a minute in. They've been very patient on the ball. I think the Boardman's plugging up a lot of lines. It just happened right there.
Control their own player. That can't be fun.
Yeah. She kicked that ball to Austintown.
As the ball goes out of bounds, let's take a look at the weather. 87 degrees, and it says partly cloudy, but I don't see them.
Do see a couple clouds, but I would say mostly sunny is what it is. As we cannot see where the ball's at because of the
Stanchions.
framework of the window. It's a nice facility that we're in, but how's this view looking for everyone?
Everyone loves that part right there.
All right, we're just gonna do this.
Cleaned up nicely. As I mess with all things audio.
All right.
We're back to normal now.
Again, it's looking like just off the bat that West Branch is trying to be patient with the ball, trying to find a line. That's the second time I've said it, and the second time they unfortunately passed it away. But
Right as you say it too.
yeah. Got a familiar face in the middle of the field, reffing. I got Saki Astis. One of the more well-known and well-liked referees in the area. Right over there?
Yeah, I might be losing my mind. Yeah.
Well, that's implying you had one to begin with. So,
Thank you. Yes. I have no response.
that's how preoccupied you are right now.
Free kick for the Spartans.
But
Okay. All right. Nice. As you're watching our game, sorry, but as you're watching our game, if you have any scores, please send them and text them to the number on your screen. We get to put them on our Twitter and on our website, our daily scoreboard.
one thing I am noticing out here, one thing I am noticing out here is West Branch, their body position as they receive the ball, as they're looking, as they pick their head up their ball, they're using their body very well, shielding Boardman away from it. And they always seem to have their head up, except for right there, as I say that again.
They just stopped
All right, I'm just
talking.
gonna
Okay. There we go.
The West Branch does seem, they've had quite a bit of possession, but they've been keeping 5 back at all times. So I'm willing to bet they're respecting Boardman's ability to counterattack.
I got our first sub in. For Boardman, looks like number 10, Madison Corey.
Madison Corey.
Ooh, I was right the second time.
I guess we'll have a fact check with us every time.
Or I could just shut up and not have to say anything.
What?
Am I capable of it?
I'll let that one go too. This is a nice facility. This is like a nice time of the year.
To be
Perfect weather.
air conditioning.
Yeah.
It's not like our All-Star Showcase game that we have in November when it might be snowing, might not be.
It always seems to be a good time no matter what the weather is, though. Whenever I think of this, we're sitting in air conditioning. It's like in Europe and other parts of the world that they really don't have air conditioning a whole lot because of how old the houses and everything everything was, I should say, kind of built without that.
Oh, number 9 being the target up top. That's Jalen Chicolo, whose name I could not pronounce last year when we did one of our games.
You got that right, though.
Yeah. Took me a year. I practiced in the off season.
Trying to figure out this zoom here.
Yeah. I mean, we're all trying to figure out week 2. We're not in midseason form just yet. That's Sarah Barrow shielding the ball, looking to get up the field to Ava Freeborough, but ripped out. It's Katie Schroeder with the win, wondering why she didn't get a call.
Yeah, we talked about last year's West Branch team. They were very senior heavy, but they did have some sophomores and some freshmen that were starting in and amongst them. Boardman gets.
That's number 8, Ellie Tucker in the back, one of the better defenders in the area.
That's a good look.
That is, it's Ava Freeborough playing it up top. Just a little too much. Throw him.
What I was going to say there is West Branch, they had a very senior laden team, but they did have some. The starting lineup did have some underclassmen sprinkled in, and it seems to be working out well with the possessive style that they look to go forward with.
Yeah.
But that's not always dangerous unless you get the ball in the other team's half and in the attacking third.
Nope,
Otherwise,
playing
you're
it up.
susceptible to a counterattack.
That's always rough as a forward. You want to come back to help the ball get up the field, but also if you win it in the mid, who do you play it up to?
Yeah.
You got to stretch the defense a little bit.
I was gonna sing all by myself, but
You know what I'm hoping, Dan? I'm hoping that our mic that's catching all the ambient noises of the crowd and everything, I hope it's working and you don't just hear the two of us jabbering on. That's what I hope.
yeah, I hope for everybody else's sake.
That's exactly it. It's a nice ball up. Katie Schroeder on it. While the ball goes out, we're going to take a look at our player profile of Allie Brammer. All district honorable mention, captain, district champ back in 22, 1 goal and 4 assists last year as a sophomore. Does a nice job in the midfield for the West Branch Warriors. As I missed the play entirely.
I had to lean the camera forward and it got wedged in. Like that. Oh,
We will get it right one day.
that is first world problems if there ever was one.
Now, you see a team like West Branch who plays on grass doing pretty well on the turf right now. Normally, it's an adjustment period at the beginning of the game.
Right. Well, I mean, they do play on grass, but that field they play on is probably one of the nicer, or not, if not the nicest natural grass field there is in the area.
As they play it completely out of bounds.
Yeah.
Man, we just got
I
to
just need to
stop
stop, yeah.
complimenting.
That's what happens. They've been on the ball. Yeah, West Branch has been on the ball most of the game so far. But as I said, they really have not, really haven't had too much dangerous possession. It's just been more, I don't want to say purposeless possession because it's not like that, but they really haven't gone too far up the field.
Ava Freeborough with the free kick for Boardman. Looking to play it into a dangerous area. Sun is a factor.
Yeah.
Oh, another one. He's kind of getting some hands in the back and
Yeah.
shoving a little bit or matriculating down the field.
Right. And those free kicks, those are dangerous areas. If you don't beat that first line of a defender, it's coming right back at you. So Freeborough did a good job of getting it over that first line. It's a good spot here. See what she's got.
Takes it on. Shot and save. Plays it up. They're looking for a quick counter, but that's going to roll forever and go out of bounds. Well, that does. Let's take a look at Boardman's player profile. That's senior Sarah Barrow, number 35, four-year letterman, all county last year, 2 goals and 3 assists on the season. One of the leaders of the team.
Yeah, I don't know if our boom mic's picking this up, but there's a lot of communicating, a lot of talking out there amongst the two teams,
Oh, and
Both-
she's in.
offensively and defensively.
It's a nice shield. Playing with the back to the ball, or to the goal, excuse me.
That would have been a perfect ball if there was someone there.
I agree. As we're going through here, I want you to take a look at some of the scores that have been coming up. Nothing in so far, it being an early game here. But if you want to see who's playing as well in the Mahoning Valley tonight, take a look at the bottom of the screen.
But that ball just kind of blends in perfectly with the stands. Hitting that football out of bounds line, the heavy white line.
They need to get yellow like they did in the EPL for a couple years.
Right. Is there anything you're looking for out of these two teams tonight, Tim?
Yeah, both teams. I mean, I want to say our first game we ever covered, and we were live tweeting back in 2020, were these two games. So it was nice to kind of get back to where we were and hopefully do better, but I don't think we are. both teams possess. Both teams are, are pretty good teams in the area.
Yeah, I mean, they've both been a pinnacle of success. They've both been, for a long time, two of the more successful teams in the area. Both kind of turning a new leaf, but good shot, and it was on target.
Shot and save.
We talk about this, but I wonder how many referee jerseys the officials bring with them to every game.
Now, I said that at the last girls' game. It might have been the last girls' game I was at. Nice shielding to keep it out for a goal kick. They've got the green, yellow, obviously. I've seen red last week and blue. Yeah. I wonder how much it costs for them to be referees. The training, the outfits, the shorts, the socks.
Can they write that off?
Oh, I hope so. Sarah Bear with the win and shield, looking to get the ball up. That's number 4. That's Mia Dubel. Nice 1-2 touch. They're looking for their target player up top. So is Barrow. Kind of finds her. It's Gina Mariani on the ball. My eyes failing me, but that's number 11, Haley Via Burton on the other side.
Do you remember that one playoff game? I forget where we were at, where our ball boys, this is what made me think of it. Our ball boys had the same color as the referee, and they made us change
Yes.
pennies. And it's like,
Is that
yeah,
Dover?
It was Dover. And I'm like, who brings more than one colored penny for the ball boys?
Some referees have some
Every rule must be followed.
yes, which for the most part I agree with.
Right. Those people must be fun to hang out with.
A lot of fun stories at parties. Getting the ball around, looking for the outside mid over here.
Could hear team calling for the swing there too.
Absolutely. Being in the spot before she had to be in the spot, scanning before she got the ball. Well done by Ava Freeborough.
But I really like
that's
that.
a great ball. Oh, just a little too much. Had her. That was the best shot so far. Best chance at a goal, I should say.
Right. And I really like the off ball movement right there from Boardman. They were running crossing patterns in front of the defense, making them choose what they wanted to do. And that was a perfect play. Just execution wasn't quite there, but I think if they keep doing that, it will be there.
That does go down as a shot. Right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Goalie didn't save it. That was, I would have put a marker up on the board.
Nice control. Left footed. I'd be happy with that as a coach. It's Mary Ramos. God, I thought I was going to do it right the first time. Great ball coming in. One person to beat. Can she? Goalkeeper Asil Musa coming out, making a nice play.
Boardman center back there doing just enough. Keep the West Branch attacker there off balance and not let her do what she wanted to do. She did win the ball, but as a coach, you tell your defenders all the time, it's not always about winning the ball back. It's about pressuring and making them, do something other than what they're trying to do. And that's all she had to do right there.
Pressure into a mistake. Absolutely. Nice turn. They're switching fields nicely, Boardman is.
Boardman's seeming to get their feet a little bit more firmly grasped to the ground here. Okay, I'm just going to stop saying everything.
It's that attacking third that makes it tough. You got to gamble. You got to be a little creative.
It's almost like the field that is a fantastic ball.
Yes, it is. That was a great way to be the target by the attacking player there, whose number I can't see. We need it like FIFA. When they get the ball, their name pops up above their head. It's a great ball by Chicolo.
Were we asking too much here?
Acevedo. Oh, yeah. No, that seems normal, right? AI can make that happen.
Google Glasses. That'll make that happen. Actually, that might not be a bad idea for overall everything.
I agree. Well, it's a nice turn. Almost had it. And does a good job of not fouling over there in the corner and being patient on the ball. It's both teams are playing well. Ooh, that could have been it. I feel like Boardman has had. I don't know. I can't say that because West Branch has had a couple of pretty nice shots too and chances on the goal.
And number first, Will Levis.
I like the no call. Could have been a handball, but normal playing position doesn't get called. That's the first time they've had a couple of numbers. Well, that's got to hurt.
I think it did.
Yeah, might have a player down there.
Could have been a cleat to the shin right there.
I agree. That's why they wear shin guards, right, Dan?
If you want to call them that nowadays.
Well, we have a pause in the action. We want to thank our sponsors, those ones that are repeating underneath the score bug. Definitely a help in everything that we do, trying to make this the best possible production we can. We tried our best.
We try. I'll never forget seeing that live. We were doing a podcast.
When we're waiting, I will try to fix things.
There's ever a good time for anybody to ever get hurt during a game. But right in the middle of the half, allowing for a water break, as long as she's okay over there. I didn't see what number that was for West Branch that went down.
Neither did I. That's not a shock to anybody who's been listening at all into any of the games. I can't see at all at times.
No, and no one else is going to know this, but Tim talked last year about bringing binoculars with him. In our preseason party we had at the Canfield Classic, he had a pair of binoculars that actually made things smaller.
Oh my God. I think
he paid 25 cents out of a vending machine for him.
They were $5 at Ollie's, and they seriously, I think they did make things smaller. And it wasn't like we were looking in the wrong end, people. We were smart enough to try both sides. But no, it did not work. Those got canned.
Normally that's just like a figure of speech, but they really did. Those did not make the trip home.
We're about halfway through the first half. It feels like this has been a blur.
Has been. It's been good possession. Not a whole lot of offensive chances, but it's been kind of bogged down in the middle. But I think both teams are pretty solid in the middle. That's why.
And it's so crazy that you get one or two really good passes, and then they go to make that intermediate pass, and it just gets away from people. Ready to get out of the way, Mr. Atsis. Well, they had an outside defender making the run. That could be dangerous in the second half. We got number 34, Aline Baconi.
West Branch's center back has made a run all the way up the Boardman's back line. This is a quick counterattack. She is going to be really upset that she has to lug it all the way back.
Das Boot.
Yep, there she goes, tracking back. Luckily, she doesn't have to sprint back.
All right. Nice, getting the ball out wide. Was that number 3? Haley Singer.
I think Singer's played a pretty good game out wide. She seems to be exactly what you want it. Goal kick. Exactly kind of like what you want in an outside back, not like the new age ones, whereas she's fast, seems like she has some skill, and she wants to join the attack.
Oh, Eliza Hurst made a 40-yard run just to realize there was not a corner kick. Making her way back to the defensive line. This could be dangerous. I believe that's what, number 9, Jalen Chickalo. Did you have the pass? I looked down for a second.
Yeah, but put it in the wrong window.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, both of them are outside. It almost looks like they've almost settled to a 4-3-3 more so now.
Yeah, I see
Boardman.
that.
And both of the wings were outside, as wide as you want them to be, just missed the window. I think.
I know it's just out of frame here at the bottom, but number 8 for Boardman, Ava Acevedo, is just kind of lounging unmarked. I believe the plan here is to swing it wide, get it to Ava Freeborough, and have Ava Freeborough make the pass up the line.
Yeah. And if the ball does not make it to her and she pulls the defender out with her, that makes the line for the forward to run to.
Except right now she is currently offsides.
Yep. Right in front of her bench.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Went through the body to get the ball, even if she did get the ball a little bit. That's one that you'll hear fans yell about, but they got the ball. Well, can't go through the body to do it. Looking to get a 3-person wall here. As we're watching it, 17 minutes, 50 seconds, 0-0 tie. We're got to start thinking about player of the game when we get into the second half. Short Hobson. Now, Dan, would you score that as a shot?
That was 100% a shot.
All right.
It's not it's not one you write home about, but it was a shot on the goal
and a save.
Yeah. It's one of those stat padding saves and a shot that counts on the stats for Boardman, West Branch, but doesn't really add a whole lot to the offensive threat.
It's number 2, Allie Brammer, our player spotlight of the day.
That was one thing I'm looking for this year is West Branch in the past. They had Sophia Gregory, who was bigger than most people, and she was dangerous on set pieces and corner kicks. And West Branch always did a great job of feeding her the ball, seeing who else could step up into that role.
Yeah,
because the plays were there. So Sophia obviously buried them, but everything else was there with it. The execution was all there. They put the ball in where it needed to be.
Absolutely. Every goal is a two-way street. No one does it by themselves.
It's
most of the time.
I'm going to mark this down.
And I'm not giving all the credit to it forward, to the goal scorer. I certainly am biased.
You're true to yourself, so it's fine. If you ever tell me that defense is more important than offense, I know there's something wrong.
Check me into the hospital that day, Dan. Along with our player of the game, and we have that sponsored by Papa John's. Getting a free large pizza.
Yep.
Okay. Just unfortunately, just, doing the right thing and then just making a pass right to the defender. Oh, could be a foul. She would have fallen.
See, Boardman defensively right now is very. They have a lot of numbers back. They're also very compact right in the middle of the field. It's gonna be tough for West Branch to beat that when they, when they leave 3-4 players back. 4 minutes bringing almost everybody back to defend, except for their right wing and left wing players.
Oh. Yeah, it's borderline, probably not a foul. He just called a couple of them.
Right, and I was a play on either way, but
Yeah.
I didn't really see him do the motion for the play on.
Mm-mm. 14 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the first 0-0. No real goal scoring opportunity yet. There's been some plays up towards the 18-yard box in the attacking third, but nothing that really endangered the keeper.
Yeah, both teams have done a decent job of sniffing the area, but they really have not put one through.
Mm.
I think all it's going to take is one goal or one near goal. What that may have been, I couldn't tell where that came deflecting off.
Now it looked like that might have been going for a corner kick had she not come out and got it. It's a great job by Musa.
Say what, her bright pink goalie shirt really stands out when you look at it live in person, but in the sun looks the same color as the Boardman jerseys. Very odd.
Setting it up, Singer with the kick. Now, like you say, this is one of those situations where last couple of years, this has been a Sophia Gregory area.
Right.
Ergon, who's going to step up and try to score on free kicks, making them super important as they were. It's not a bad ball.
No, and Boardman did play a high line right there. One thing I did not like on West Branch's setup there is they were all kind of spread out. When you're looking to play a ball in like that, I feel like you need to have like 3 people kind of clumped together. That way you have multiple people fighting for the ball. And if it gets deflected, you have someone there to win the second ball immediately.
Yeah, and it's harder to defend when everyone's kind of bumping into each other. It's not as clean.
Right.
Now she can get it and get a switch, which they denied. Very well done by the defender. I believe that's what, 11? Haley Via Burton, excuse me. I mean, it's a hot night out. Like people are tired.
It is hard to remember because we're sitting up here in 68-degree air conditioned room. Why are they sweating so bad?
Yeah, like Jesus. I need a blanket. So far, pretty uneventful, which I think both teams are okay with. I think in this heat, it'll be tough to mount a comeback if you have to really put extra effort in.
Right. I do think the Boardman they have players in the right spots for these counterattacks. I think they're going to connect on 1 or 2 of these.
Yeah.
They've just been, West Branch has been able to stick a foot in the right spot or put a body in the right. I thought it was a handball there, but they've been able to put a body in the right spot. But Boardman having the players where they need to be, I think it's going to happen for them.
And I think that Boardman's more systematic right now.
Right.
To where it's, hey, I got the ball. I know exactly where I have to go with it. And they blindly kick it there, whether they're covered or not. Because that's probably something they have practiced many, many times in the training ground. Whereas.
See that shape right there defensively from Boardman?
Mm-hmm.
Would that be called?
That's a Nike swoosh right there, my guy.
Yep, that is a perfect defensive shape.
One person, too. If they could. Oh, they didn't have to play that. They could have played it, taken a touch and gone back to the minner. But Haley Singer, whose name we keep saying.
She's fast.
She is fast. Her, Allie Brammer, Eliza Hurst, all backline players that are playing well. These are the tough ones, 50-50. Thank God they don't have a giant collision.
I think Singer was one of the freshmen because she's a sophomore this year. I remember her was one of the freshmen that were sprinkled into the team last year.
That's right. What game did we do last year? There's them versus Canfield.
Yep.
That's right.
And them versus Howland last year.
That is.
We got them facing the toughest opponents, local opponents they could have.
Yep. Yeah, foul just a little bit late getting there. That's
Right.
25.
As a
Jocelyn Torres.
As a coach right there, that's a foul you really don't need to make. I'm not saying she tried to do that foul.
No.
But as you probably saw in the screen, Boardman had numbers back. That play wasn't going to go anywhere. West Branch gets a crack at it.
That's about their third or fourth.
As that ball was coming down, you could see that thing was going to bounce perfectly.
That's a shot and a save. A bobbly one at that.
Yeah. That's a save that a goalie should be able to make, but it is more difficult with like, should I come out and catch it? Should I let it be?
What kind of run is that? What kind of ball is that, Dan?
It's a straight ball to a straight run.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be difficult to get onto the end of. It might just be me right now losing my mind, but this field seems big. Is it the angle we're at right now? I don't know.
And I think this is,
I mean, it's regulations the same as just about every other high school that has turf.
it looks like it's 120 by,
Yeah, it is 120.
yeah. It sits on the back line. Hey, there's a game going on.
Only those sounds went through to you guys. You would be laughing too with us. The soundboard is getting used a lot.
Yeah. Luckily, only the person that complains about it all the time gets to hear it.
All right, here we go. They got numbers up. Almost everybody but a couple are in the attacking third.
The
Keeping-
difference. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, well, damn.
There you go. It was you this time, not me.
Keeping possession just happened to go out.
One thing I do notice, like West Branch, they get people up into the area, but they're not really making too many runs off the ball. They're kind of occupying space and trying to play triangles around. As whereas Boardman, when they get going offensive, they kind of have people making diagonal runs, trying to create space for somebody else. I think that's the difference. I think if West Branch starts making runs off the ball to open that up, with Boardman bringing so many people back, I think that'll open up a lane to play the ball through.
I know if I'm West Branch right now, I see some tired legs from Boardman just kind of playing it outside, uncharacteristic of them. That's when you know they're tired and it's time to strike.
It's great work right there from Boardman. Cannot tell the number.
She's all the way outside to the line. That's a nice little combination play.
She'll get there.
She does. And offer for a first corner kick of the day.
You get the losses for. Did they hear that?
My God, I hope so.
Okay.
The applause button.
Yeah.
And I think this is a smart job by Boardman, just kind of slowing it down, taking your time, making sure you get the best out of this play.
Look, 3 people on the front post.
Yeah.
Post marker or someone marking Boardman's player, and then
Could be it. No. Oh. Heavy touch, stays on her feet. 22 for West Branch. That's Ashley Reiner. It might actually be Reinhardt. I'm just so used to the Hubbard duo that I'm messing it up.
laughing at the fan who said pass now. And she passed. I don't know if she heard or if that factored in at all, but someone screamed it and passed immediately.
Yeah, that's a silly foul right there. The ball's about to go out of bounds.
Yeah. Those are ones that always seem to, as a coach, always seem to get, our team would get punished when we do something like that.
Yeah.
No good deed goes unpunished. I've always felt like. Yeah, more movement off the ball this time. I like that. That was I know that pass didn't find anybody, but that was a dangerous ball to play.
That was a nice pass. That was a great job defensively to kind of body up without fouling. Both teams playing well. Both teams, hitting the adversity of the heat here. And
probably hoping for the second half when that shade hits the entire field, not just half.
It's got to feel amazing. There's that pass I was talking about. That systematic, just kind of, hey, this is what we do. If they're there, they're there. If they're not, it's still going there. She got a square ball if she can find her. Yeah, Singer does have a lot of speed.
They call that makeup speed, where if you make a mistake, you can always make it back up and chase it down. Like I said, outside back, she seems to be a prototypical modern day outside back.
Nice win in the air by Sarah Barra. And again, lost her footing a little bit. It's a nice turn. West Branch 21, Emma Klingensmith. I bet you that's a pass in grass is perfect.
You're absolutely right on that. I was right. Everything just a little bit too much mustard on it.
Speaking of which, you eat dinner yet, Dan?
Did not.
I bet you their concession stands up.
Fries are always good here.
Yeah. Well, they do it nice here. This is a well done. We met the AD Hamilton.
Always have a concession truck here. Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
Shielded out nicely by the keeper. Well done by Musa. But as a Jeff Hamilton came up, introduced himself. Very nice guy. First year in the program as an AD, but been here forever.
So yeah, I thought I recognized him.
We got ourselves a goal kick.
I guess there was that one West Branch player that made that 40-yard run thinking the same thing earlier.
Yeah, I know. Oh, this could be dangerous. A little bit of too much dribbling in the middle for him. Up to number 12, Allison Cagney. Nope, that's not her name. Canigi. Cangi? God. Sorry.
No, we always feel bad when we mispronounce a name because that means something to somebody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Never try to. It's just unfortunate. English language is sometimes hard.
Dan, I appreciate the excuses you're making for me.
In our last 2 minutes of the first half here.
Yeah. That's a nice ball. She can get a square ball in. Yes. A little too direct, or maybe a ball off the ground might have helped there.
Oh, it's a wicked spin on it right
Yeah,
there.
it did. Ooh. Nice move.
That was-
Eva Acevedo.
That was cheeky.
Das Boot.
I couldn't find the button.
And the AR made me laugh. He just raised his flag and walked away.
Ooh, that could have been dangerous too. It got through. I'm always for the player who's hopeful that the ball magically will get through them. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's how I played. And every now and again, the ball will get through, comes right to your foot, and you're able and prepared.
So normally the one time you don't do that, it's when it makes its way through. And I was normally on the other side of that. I was always the one trying to prevent that it go through my legs.
Nice turn. That's doable again, I believe. I think there's a lot more collisions in the girls' game than the boys. Something for the fact that neither player is going to stop.
Yes. I don't know if there's more, but I think it seems to just the game flows with it because every time that would happen in a boys' game, I'm not saying they're flopping, but they're always trying to get even immediately
Yes.
and egregiously for the most part.
18 seconds left. I have a feeling this is going to. I agree that's not a foul, but that was quite the coming together.
I didn't mean that noise was supposed to stay inside there. It was
3, 2, 1.
All right. At halftime, we have a 0-0 tie, but not without some interesting plays coming through. Stay tuned for the second half.
We would like to thank the BSA U10 girls soccer team coached by Diane Neal and John Lake for assisting in today's game as well as. Players are Lily Silverall, Camille Emlet Lund, Listen Lake, Aubrey Hoover, Lori Holt, Ashley Corden, Hendricks Hudson, Josephine Bugno, Kaylee Judy, Giada Ingram, Ariane Patterson, Bethany Slagle, and Evelyn Levy. Thank you, girls. You've got kids, 2 dogs, and a full-time job to pursue an MBA. Students at UNBC can use prior learning and relevant experience to earn up to 90 credits to our bachelor's. And
Thanks for calling us down. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cash cop match makes me feel so special. You really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double hitter, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn rematch. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/reference. In today's markets, Kate Cronin, chief brand officer of Moderna, weighs in on the speed of audio production.
In this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information on a regular basis, being able to see that information through the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy, and that's what I really like about it.
With the number one audience company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audience's influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com. DQ presents the sound of a party starting. It's spinning and rejuvenating. Putting on a party playlist, friends and family getting in the party. Or slicing into that DQ cake. Get any party started with a classic DQ fudge and crunch cake or treat cake available in multiple sizes and designs for any occasion. And make well By going in the head, you can't stop out. I didn't know what the issue is. You taste good. Portions of the following program will be recorded.
You can hear Urban Studios.
Things gleefully at the neighborhood. And now, trade in.
You are who we are.
With loads of music variety, all for free.
Just download the iHeartRadio app and make us a favorite.
Mix 98.9, the 80s to now. Games to now, Mix 98.9.
Das Boot.
Welcome back. We're almost ready for the second half. Everyone looks like they are ready.
Right. Look at that. There's shade out there now. I've seen that play before. The old Tim Walsh right there.
I
It has
agree.
worked. I saw it work one time.
I saw it work a couple times. I want to say your brother actually scored from it too. Him and I can't think of
Nate Bolin.
Bolin, yeah. Against Niles. It was 30 seconds into the game.
It's not a bad idea to get the ball down in the other team's defensive zone immediately and try to play defense down there if it doesn't work out. What was our shot total in the first half?
Looks like Boardman had 2. West Branch had 3, but 2 on frame.
Okay. We talked about a little bit about this in the first half, and it's a different philosophy in attacking. I feel like Boardman attacks with less players overall, but they make runs off the ball. And I think they're running in the right spots. They're just missing a little bit, like right there.
Ooh.
Like that play right there. They did everything right, just a little bit of lack of execution. Those are things that should iron themselves out as the season goes on. West Branch, on the other hand, they're attacking with numbers, less movement without the ball, but they're making the ball do the work for them. They're not really able to generate a whole lot of. They're not able to get behind Boardman's defense a whole lot in that first half, as much possession as they did have.
The one thing that kind of lets you know how the first half went, there was one corner kick between the two teams.
Right.
So not a lot of big chances that were dangerous for either side. A couple that could have went one way or another, but here we are at a 0-0 tie.
Yeah. Both defenses did a good job of keeping the ball in front of them.
Wow, we're getting into the second half. Let's take a look at when these two teams met in the past. 2021, West Branch won 1-0. 2020, a 0-0 tie. That was the first game we went to. Live tweeted, we might get the same result today. Last time Boardman won was 2011 in a 1-0 win. And the biggest win total was a 3-1 win by West Branch in 2010. Now, Boardman is yet to win a game. They're 0-2-1, but they tied Hoover 1-1. So with only 2 goals on the year so far, they're looking to get on the scoreboard a little bit more today. West Branch also only 2 goals on the board for the year, the 2-1 win over Mooney. 0-4 loss to Canfield and a 0-0 tie to Streetsboro. So pretty evenly matched teams. And that right there, that's just a tough ball to make.
Right. And that was a straight ball. It was a diagonal run, but that is a run that's hard. That pass has to be almost inch perfect to find its mark.
Laney Beetle from Boardman doing a little 360 with it. Emma Klingensmith trying to get it for West Branch.
There's tracks in the field. I thought it was something on the camera screen, but another tire tracks going through the middle of the field.
Yeah, that was the gator made its way over to get the water for the opposing team. I believe that was Mr. Hamilton.
He left ruts in the field.
Do you remember when the Cleveland Browns lost a game or won a game because of the rut someone put in? Someone drove their truck onto the field the day before.
It's a very Cleveland thing.
It is.
They throw beer bottles.
Ooh, she has her.
5-cent beer night at Old Municipal Stadium.
Now this is dangerous for West Branch.
I like to see them get some numbers up on the backside a little more because right now we only have 1 target in the box.
They're keeping 3 back to the 2 attackers from Boardman.
Which is what you have to do.
Mm-hmm. Which is smart by Boardman to keep 2 up if you can defend that way.
I would just say they were set up perfectly. I was going to say they don't need 3 people around the box, but they did have someone there waiting to gobble up a rebound if it came out.
Yeah. Giving it.
Das Boot.
And in order for one of these 2 teams to score, they're going to really have to take a chance or create something here because both defenses are doing a good job of keeping numbers back and keeping the ball in front of them.
Oh.
Whether it's an individual effort or pressuring, making a mistake happen. So,
Yeah, just a little miscommunication there. They had it kind of going. Now, they always say the fatigue makes cowards of us all, but I also think that it makes you make mental mistakes. When it's hot, when you're tired, you make some mental mistakes that you wouldn't normally do if it was a nice cool night. I think we're seeing a little bit of that here today.
I think you're right as well. That is an added element that you can't really plan for.
Yeah.
You can do all the running you want to in the summer. Still doesn't prepare you for when the game time comes because there's a mental tiredness and a physical tiredness that you cannot simulate when you're doing conditioning in the middle of the summer.
And the ball has been in the middle of the field for the majority of the game. There's not a lot of attacking, defending thirds. As I say. Now, this is the old the bait and switch here. Bring him in.
Yep.
To get him out of your way so you can get the ball up the field where you want it to go.
Right. And he did a good job because there was 5 West Branch players and over committing to the ball. Boardman could have got that ball up high quickly. Could have caught him in a quick counterattack. English is hard sometimes.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah.
It's not just me, it's the microphones. Now, this is a good build if they get it back in the middle and keep possession. Not a lot of movement up top, though. Just kind of some standing, hoping the ball get hit, and then you run onto it. As a coach, you'd rather see them be the target. They're running, and you could put a ball on their feet.
Right. Obviously, if they're standing in between people, a lot of times you don't want to stand where you want the ball. You want to. Yeah.
That's number 6 from West Branch, Presley Eagley. And a goal kick. While the ball's out of bounds, let's take a look at the score, or I'm sorry, at the weather. Still a warm 88 degrees right now.
Our air conditioner says 66. So. Not to rub it in anybody's face. That's a good goal kick right there.
Yes, it is. Right to the player. Now, there is something to be said about a fast counterattack, right? Right. But sometimes they try to go too fast where the rest of the team isn't on the same page. And you get 2 or 3 people running their face off, getting super tired, and everyone else not really helping out in the attack.
Right.
You would rather them kind of hold the ball up a little bit, keep possession, and allow your teammates to get up into position.
Right. I think what you're seeing is the counterattack. They're forcing a counterattack instead of letting it happen.
Like right there, she just kind of kicked it into a spot, hoping someone would be there instead of playing it back to her drop and allowing her drop to have 20 yards of space to figure out a better pass.
It is something that's interesting. It's not just it's boys and girls side. I feel like when we played, goalies had like 60-yard punts and really long throws, and it was like a weapon that everyone tried to use. Was like, oh, he's got a good punt. Let's put him in goal. That's not so much the philosophy anymore. They're trying to keep possession, working it out of back instead of kicking it down for a 50-50.
But it does have its merit. I saw some highlights from the Crestview Newton Falls game, and I couldn't see the number of the Newton Falls player, but he had a very long throw. They got 2 goals out of that. It's like a corner kick.
Right.
Something also weird that I'm noticing, all the players from West Branch's bench are all standing up.
It's like basketball when you don't sit down until you score your first point.
Yeah, they don't sit down until they get their first shot on goal. Another corner kick. Who do we have here?
I had to guess. I guess that's Freeborough over there.
Right now, there's nobody.
That's a good call, Tim.
There's no ball. There's no player.
Yeah.
What just happened?
The ball went. Yep. Bye. Look at this form. Look at what Boardman's doing. See him running a little. Nobody can stop a hurricane.
Who almost had it if she followed through.
That was another good ball right there.
And that seems like a weird play by an outside defender from West Branch. The ball's about to go out of bounds, and you're like, no, I want to kick it first out of bounds. Let that one slide. You could throw it in.
I think that's one of those mental areas you're talking about with the heat and the tiredness.
Number 34 can't get to it for West Branch. That is Aline Baconi.
But that ball is just finding its way out of bounds any wayward touch.
It's like watching a boxing match and they're clenching and just kind of hugging each other until they can figure out what to do next. Nice win by Cambry Nesbitt, number 4.
Watch like 90s boxing, like Mike Tyson.
Like 90-year-old people or 1990s?
1990.
Yes, Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson and Gugliotta.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? It was Gugliotta punched him in the below the belt after clenching like 3 times for DQ. Don't know why when you said that. That's the first thing I thought of was dirty boxing and Gugliotta getting DQ'd.
I think that if I'm fighting Mike Tyson, that's my route to go to.
Right. It's either that or the ear, one of the two.
As soon as he punches you one time, like, I'm out.
Yep.
I collect my 100,000. I'm out of here. Lots of speed on the outside. trying to catch her napping. Ooh,
Almost.
shot, but not on goal.
I appreciate the effort on that.
Yeah, you see her off her line a little bit. If you can get it on frame, that's a goal. Goalie was having a tough time tracking back.
And Mary Ramos, number 15. And number 33, Robbie Hall.
The way that play was developing, it's like that Columbia goalie, that Columbia national team goalie who
We did
swore being kicked.
Imagine being that good to where you're like, that's allowed.
Imagine how much of it.
If he missed,
Yeah.
people
He
have
would
been
have been all
killed for
by
less.
himself back there.
It's good advice by whoever yelled that in the stands. Don't lose it.
Probably the same person who said pass now.
That's a good way to find a ball that's not being pressured. But Dan, you alluded to it earlier. Oh, they must have said something at halftime to get some shots from far.
You know, it's probably that one free kick that they took where the ball kind of short hopped the goalie and she saved it, but
Yeah, like, hey, test her hands.
obviously that did not go unnoticed. What were you saying? What I said?
There's a lot of standing around.
Right.
Player on the ball. No one's really moving into position, screaming and asking for the ball.
And most of the movement off the ball when the West Branch gets into the attacking third is from their outside backs pushing up into the play.
It's like right now the outside defender on this side should be getting wide and asking for it.
Right.
But I will say Boardman's pretty entrenched.
I would like to see West Branch, spring her up the field. I want to see her get forward.
Just couldn't help yourself there,
I
could
couldn't.
you?
Sometimes I hate myself. But I was committed. I couldn't. Not quick enough to think of a new word.
You got some youth players out being ball girls and boys. That's awesome. It's a real community thing when you have the youth come in, the alumni come back. You
Right.
want to get everybody involved.
I was a ball boy at my high school for years, grades 6 through 8.
That's a way to build a program and get people interested in your varsity. Absolutely.
That's how I'm still friends with everybody who was older than me back in the day. One thing I do notice is Boardman has their entire team warming up while the game's going on, which is fine, whether they go in or not. I don't know if there's something about watching the game, see what's going on, or not saying what they're doing is wrong. It's just I've never seen that before.
Yeah, so if something happens, you can't turn and be like, hey, did you see that? This is what you shouldn't do.
Again, not that saying it's wrong. It's just
Just different.
optically I've never seen that.
It's a nice little combination play, thwarted by a
Das Boot.
doable with a left-footed pass. It's going to get out of the way.
Yeah, those are again those passes right there. I'm glad we're here to see this match. I would really like to see this match happen towards the end of the year. Once there's been so much turnover these two teams have had. Once they iron out all these little details like that, these mistakes that they're making right now will not be made later on in the year.
Oh, there's a foul. While that foul's being committed, let's take a look at the Boardman spotlight player again. That's number 35, Sarah Barrow, defensive senior. Oh, no, we might have an injured player here.
And so Sarah's done a good job today. She's done a real good job stepping forward, being a physical presence, and also being able to play the ball in the back. She uses her body very well.
Yeah, so four-year letterman, sorry, all county, playing that kind of defensive center sometimes, full-on defender. So far, I think a lot of the balls being won in the middle are coming from her. On the other side, we have Allie Brammer, number 2. All-district honorable mention last year. She is a captain as a junior and was part of the district championship team in 2022, which sounds crazy, but that is the only district championship that West Branch has won on the girls' side. For all the talent they have, there's always just been one team kind of getting in their way of having a bunch of them. Always playing in the toughest games, always getting towards the end of it, but never actually being the bride.
Right. And you know what comes to mind first when you say that? Because that is a surprising stat with how successful they've been. like Scooby Doo. Yeah, like always the bad guys would have been like, I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you pesky
No,
kids.
okay. Yeah, absolutely.
It's Canfield. They
Yeah.
always, Canfield. It seemed like Canfield's rise and West Branch's rise kind of mirrored each other, and they both had golden generations at the same time. It's like when you look at like NFL, like Roethlisberger for Pittsburgh, played well, but he played the same era as Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. Good luck trying to beat them.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
All right, so the player's up. We're going to get some clapping for her. Here at Boardman Spartan Stadium. Let's see what other graphics I can just bring up here.
Rainbow. Bobby Wall.
Yeah, West Branch has 5 shots to Boardman's 2 if we're tracking it properly. But it seems like Boardman had a little bit more teeth to their shots.
I would like to see on the ball right now. We talked about Sarah Barrow. I kind of want to see her push up more into the attack. She looks like she's playing a holding mid spot right now. The number 6 role as you.
I feel like for some reason when we start talking numbers, my brain just goes to mush because it's like, all right, they're a 10th grader. They're number 45. They're got 16 goals. They play the 6th spot. Like, oh my God, there's so many numbers. Sorry, but go ahead. I interrupted.
No, that's what I wanted to hear right there.
One of my
Everyone
rant.
knows what we deal with here, but no, she's a very good player, and she's doing a great job anchoring the back and being at first line of defense back there. I think they need to get her involved a little bit more if they want to try to get a goal. If they want to take a little chance going forward here, I think that's a good spot to look at. Just pushing her up the field a little bit.
Yeah, literally pushing her. Sammy Beatty going down. Just remember, if you guys have any scores, go ahead and text them to our number 330-333-0027. Almost. Shot off the deflection, going out for a
Corner.
corner.
I don't know what. Yep.
Yeah, the AR kind of had a problem with his flag, I think.
Yeah, problem with something.
And now, do you think, I see some clouds coming in. Do you think it's going to be some rain or it's just, nighttime?
I think that's just the heat rising. I don't know. I think we'll be all right.
All right, look at this setup. I got 4 there, 1 person in front of the keeper to kind of get in the way a little bit without obstructing.
Like that back post run right there.
Oof. Off the head. And off her again. Nice play over here. Is that number 9? I can't see. Is that Jayla Chicolo? Jalen Chicolo, excuse me. Sarah Barrow makes a nice left-footed pass. Just a little too much for their outside mid. Number 8, Ava Acevedo.
So far, we're almost halfway through the second half, and I think towards the end of the first half, I thought Boardman was getting the better of the play. West Branch started off getting the better of the play in the first half. Second half here, though, I think West Branch is. There we go. I locked it up again. I think West Branch has done a much better job.
Yeah.
Kind of controlling. I think they've mitigated Boardman's counterattack pretty well in the second half.
Made the adjustments at halftime, changed it up a little bit. But it doesn't mean much until the ball goes in the net, right, Dan?
Absolutely.
That's why offense is more important. Anywho, we're getting up the field here. Lots of space, but not a lot of numbers. Using her speed to get outside. Number 22 is blazing a path coming through. That's Ashley Reinhardt. Straight to the keeper. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I mean, we talked earlier. She made a pretty good shot on goal from out wide. That was a tough one right there, especially for whoever that player was from West Branch who made that run to try to support her.
18, Gina Mariani playing it back to number 16, Sarah Land. She's known as Other Sarah, apparently.
Can I just call you Other Tim, even though there's really not another one?
Well, I am on the Democratic ticket for vice president. Oh, corner. Did you get the joke there?
I did, because
Tim Walsh. Tim Walsh. Yeah, close enough.
I do like one Tim more than the other Tim.
We're just gonna keep it at that, Dan, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see what they have going here.
I like them both. Yeah, I want to see what happens. There was a chance there.
Yeah, keeper came out and missed it. Was out of position just a little bit. Into coffin corner.
That's still a term that's used.
Is it for punting? I remember that was
Yeah.
one of the Madden.
Coffin quarter punting tokens you could take.
Oh, great ball. She's got 1 or 2 to beat.
Well, I was going to say 1 or 4 to beat, but yeah. It's a good overlapping run right there.
I firmly believe that, unfortunately, it's going to come down to who makes the big mistake. That one person from one team is going to accidentally pass it right to the other, is going to trip on the ball, is going to, go through the goalie's hands. Something crazy is going to happen to give that one goal lead. It's going to end 1-0.
I think that's wise. That's a wise prediction right there. At halftime, I would have said I believe that Boardman was going to get one because the runs are making off the ball, but West Branch has done such a good job of keeping the ball away from them in the second half. I don't feel that same way right now.
No, game is changing, Dan.
Yeah, I feel that.
Momentum's changing too, I think, right now.
Yeah, Uncle Mo's a finicky person.
Mm-hmm.
Always want to keep him fed and watered.
Like the watermelon plants I planted way too late in the season.
What's up with watermelon this year?
Say again?
What's up with watermelon this year? It's like hit or miss.
I don't know, but we got some plants. We made a little garden, Henry and I, and he was putting them in. We got 3 or 4 plants going right now, and from what I understand and I read on the package, we did it way too late. We were supposed to do it in May, not July, but they're growing.
Like, why are these watermelons orange? Well, you can always carve your watermelons for Halloween.
You're gourd. That ball bounced about 5 times in the same spot.
That's weird.
Nice shoulder challenge. Oh, here we go.
There it is. And West Branch keeper doing a good job of being on her toes right there coming out.
Absolutely. That would be number 33, Audrey Eaton, sophomore. Coach Dean going to appreciate having her in goal for the next couple years. It was always a frustrating ball for me as a coach to watch your team do, is to trap it for the other team and play it to them.
I've heard that phrase uttered many times on a sideline with you.
It's like the ball's coming to you, and instead of trapping it to yourself or playing it to your teammate, you just kind of give it right back to them. You did all the work, and they got all the reward. Thanking our sponsors, rotating through our 2 gold level sponsors, Baird Brothers and North Jackson Hydraulics. We are partnering up for a top 5 on both the boys and girls side and both boys and girls small schools and large schools. So you'll see, 20 schools on that list probably in the next couple weeks. This weekend, we're also going to have our first round of players to watch, players that we said are good enough for everyone to take a look at, and we'll probably end up being in the Steel Valley Showcase in November.
It seems so far away, but before we know it, We're gonna have a couple blinks and it'll be here.
We might be right back at this
I was getting
venue
ready to say that.
with it snowing and Christmas carols on the TV.
Michael Daly wearing.
His pajama
Yeah.
pants. Was a nice move out of the back.
That was.
That's number 8, Ellie Tucker, one of the better defenders in the area. Good foot skills too. I think if I'm Coach Dean, after seeing that display and the energy that she still has left in the tank, pushing her up the field a little bit, maybe pulling someone back.
Yeah, I think both these teams are gonna have to start committing more numbers forward unless they're otherwise we'll be staring down the barrel of a double odd here, I think.
Yeah.
It's there though. It's just tough to score when both teams are trying to go at the goal when they're, it's 3-on-5 or 3-on-6. That's tough. I'd like to shout out our cameraman who does a much better job than myself, Chris Platten. Hi, Chris.
Hope it sounds good from home, Chris. Just looking at some scores right now. Niles McKinley up 2-0 on Austintown Fitch on the girls' side of things in the first half. And Southeast, 4-0 Southeast, beating Salem in the second half on the girls' side, 3-2. I think the Southeast team, I know they're not in their district, but they're a pretty strong team. For a small school, they are a contender for our top 5 if they were in our district.
And I have complete ignorance towards them. I don't know anything about them.
Well, Dan, let me enlighten you. They are the Pirates, and that's the extent of which I know.
Wow.
I do know that they had a freshman score, I think 5 goals in their last game. Name is escaping me right now, but they've got a pretty good team right now putting stuff together. They beat champion 2-0 on the girls' side. So
Okay. I did know they're the Pirates, and if you take Mahoning Avenue all the way towards like Portage, you'll run into Southeast School District.
okay,
That's a good ball. Oh,
was that a shot, Dan? I didn't see.
it was a deflection. I couldn't tell who it came off of. It was a chance. Do you have a tally for chances?
I will put that in the tally for chances.
I do wish we kind of had this short goal kick when I was playing. I feel like I would have saved my noggin from
Yeah,
heading so many darn goal kicks. That was always the thing, is going up and trying to win that.
yeah. Coach was yelling at you 50-50, first ball, second ball.
And when you get it twice wrong, you're like, which ball do I hit?
There's 3 coming at me.
Yeah.
I agree. They made that change about 10 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe less, but that you can, before you had to take goal kicks, it had to come outside of your 18-yard box.
And-
Even if you passed your own team now, oh, that's a handball.
Oh, and she got hit in the face for it too. That is unfortunate.
Insult to injury.
Yeah, that's
But now they changed the rule. You can pass to your team can only be there. I also like at the youth level the breakout line to promote passing up and not just booting and hoping someone's faster.
completely agree. When they were first explaining it to me when I was getting there, I was like, yeah, it's kind of weird, but you understand the importance of it as years go on.
That's a nice ball.
There's numbers in the box. Can she get it
This
across?
is it. This is it. Off the post. She had numbers there.
I think that was Singer who pushed up into the attack. Boy, if she just scored, and I said,
Yeah.
talked about her getting up in the attack.
That's a crazy ball. Like, again, West Branch has some speedy players, and it seems like on defense they're doing an absolutely fantastic job. But in this case, I know me being offensive minded, I would love to see those players move up and give more of the pressure in midfield and forward.
Yeah. Even if you literally just go ahead and play forward for a few minutes, like last 5 minutes of the game, try to spur some sort of creativity or give a different look at them at the defense. But I don't know who played that ball to her. That was a fantastic ball. Was it
We're
Hurst
gonna
right here? Is that who played the initial ball?
was this 18?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Eliza Hurst. That's a nice ball in if someone can get to the end of it. Oh, we got a player on the ground too. Nothing. We have one of the best referees in the area, Insaki Astis, whose name I want to add syllables to. It's a nice turn. 21, Emma Klingensmith. She's having herself a pretty good game.
If we start going down, if normally you hit me with this question, I'm always like, I don't know how to give an answer here. 12 minutes left in the game. who are you looking at right now as far as making the biggest mark on the game? Could be the answer. Could be more than one person.
Like a player of the game who has the biggest impact, who did the
So far,
best.
yeah.
We've been saying Sarah Barrow's name a lot on the Boardman side, and we've been saying Haley Singer's name a lot on the West Branch side.
I completely agree about both of those. Those are my two top as well. I wouldn't say that one person stood out more than anybody else. Doesn't mean that nobody has stood out, because there has been some very good players we've noticed.
And on the foul count, we have Boardman earning 7 fouls, West Branch earning 8 fouls so far in the game. So pretty evenly done there. I mean, you can't make people foul, but when you get it somewhat even, you know you're doing a pretty good job as a referee. It's a great trap. Right to the defender. It's a good ball. Number 15 coming in. That's that's Sammy Beatty.
Good turn.
Puts a shot on goal and a save. Looks to be the 4th save for Asil Musa. Also a sophomore.
Huh. And that was a very good look right there from West Branch. Very good play off of a turnover. Like you said, you think it's going to come down to a turnover.
That's a nice ball. They're going to give it back to her. I guarantee you that.
West Branch seems to be feeling it right now. Yep. Stand by what I said.
Yeah.
If you go forward with more veracity than Boardman is at this very second.
It's an odd play. Both hands up, but not really creating contact, just kind of keeping her distance.
Random thought in amongst this game was Columbus Crew. You watched their league final game against LAFC?
I did not, but I heard they won.
Crew is a great team this year.
I didn't give you much to work with on the conversation, did I?
That's fine. Columbus Crew,
Ooh, here we
watch
go.
when you can. But
Toe poked, shot, off her face, probably offsides. Oh, they called a foul.
oh, it's like, man, what if that ball was finding the back of the net right there? That's not a block you ever want to take, just from a friendly fire to the face right there.
No, that is not a fun time.
I did not see the foul either. Are they calling offside?
I have to imagine it'd be offsides. They're getting good passing. They just got to be a little patient and play the ball around and look for that good pass.
Right.
The right pass.
They're attacking very narrowly, which is clogging up their own options. Oh, we've seen that happen quite a bit today.
Getting drilled with the ball. Now they got numbers up. If they can find a pass. There's one. They're forcing it. They're forcing the give and go.
Yeah, I was thinking as that ball came in, I could tell she's going to try to lay it off, and that's a play that you would have laid off 0 times out of 1,000.
Correct. Oh, short ball.
Now, if you're West Brancher, you push up now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good outlet, though.
I also feel like you can probably push up Allie Brammer, or I'm sorry, not Allie Brammer. Where's my thing here? Ellie Tucker, because you have a lot of speed with a couple other players, and that you're really not going to. She's going to put more pressure in the middle. She looks to have more legs and more energy right now.
But every time this ball makes it to this corner, I see a post, and it's like a surprise every time.
Like, wow, what's this thing here?
Yeah.
You're doing a great job, though. Hopefully, after this week, it won't be 90 degrees. We'll be back to normal stuff. We'll have our crew of 3 back tomorrow. We have our game of the week for the boys. Cardinal Mooney goes to Campfield. And so we're going to be firing on all cylinders, hopefully have everything right.
Battle of the Cardinals.
I bet you the Cardinals win.
Good call.
Watch
I bet you the Cardinals lose as well.
Watch them tie.
Oh, don't put that out in the ether. No, that'll be a good matchup. I'm excited to see that. I was very excited for both matchups this week.
Oop. Yep, that's a foul. Now it is officially 8-8 fouls.
Dramatic. Hurst seems to take every single free kick. It doesn't matter where the ball's at. West Branch.
I mean, that was a tough one. She's from distance, but usually she puts them right on the spot. Remember last year we did the Salem West Branch boys game, and there's that player. He put like 3 or 4 shots right onto the 6-yard box.
Hey, you got player of the game. He had like 3 assists
Mm-hmm.
from an average distance of 70 yards.
Mm-hmm.
This shot is again brought to you by the window pane.
Window pane and Bad Brothers. You see him on the screen here. We got 6 minutes and 32 seconds left to go in a 0-0 tie. There it is. Can she beat some people? Yeah, don't pass it. Just be selfish. Go right for it.
Ooh.
No, I don't think she made contact. I think
agree
it
in
looked
that.
dangerous, but she didn't make contact. Nice coming out by Asil Musa, sophomore goalkeeper from Boardman.
Jocelyn Torres right there playing defense for Boardman. That was an excellent play, using her body in a legal manner. Stop the sprint of West Branch right there.
Now, there was a play here last night in the Boardman versus Dover game.
It's close.
Yes. Boardman versus Dover game to where a keeper came out, took out the player. It was an obvious goal scoring opportunity from what I understand. And they got red carded. And it got me thinking that if you're the goalkeeper and you commit any foul, is it an automatic red card because you're the last player in a goal scoring opportunity?
No.
I agree.
I'm not giving you an answer you wanted to hear right there.
No, that's actually the answer I did want to hear. The one thing I'm noticing about this game too is everybody just kind of they're doing well. They're just outside of doing it 100% well, but it's option one.
Right.
It's wherever they're first looking. That's where the ball's going. There's never like a look, scan, and find that secondary option. So like right now, she's going to try to play it wide to her. It's just the first option you see is it's going there, whether they're ready for it, they're guarded, whatever.
There's a good ball right there from Barrow.
Oh, just outside the legs. What was that, number 31?
Yeah.
Boardman. Laney Beetle. Cressy Eagley kicking someone in the shins in the process.
Oh, and she's in pain.
Yeah. That 15, Mary Ramos. Shot and save.
Yeah, it's going to take a good effort to beat.
Got ourselves an injured player hobbling around.
Yeah, she took that cleat to the shin again. I feel like we've said that a couple times tonight. A lot of times you can walk those off, but cleat to the shin is one of those ones that kind of builds up on you. A lot of times it gives you like a blood blister inside of your, and it does not feel good, especially in the morning.
This is a tough one, but no, it's not. Not a lot of connected soccer.
No,
Not a lot of multiple passes put together. It's like 1-2 pass and then boot.
right, and it's 100% the extreme heat is for sure, playing a cause in that. The West Branch second half, the adjustments they've made have been really stymied Boardman going forward. And there's Hurst again taking a free kick.
Yeah.
She's got to beat that first line.
Nope. Sarah Barra on it again.
And she's a ball hawk out there, Barrow.
She gets it back on her strong right foot. Ooh, strong left foot. I believe that was Ava Freeborough clearing that out, number 19.
And we came into this game knowing both teams have scored 2 goals apiece right on the year. We kind of see it.
Yeah.
It's a little bit understandable because we see the chances, we see the ideas. They're just not panning out just yet.
18 on the run. Gina Marinari.
Corner.
Corner kick for Boardman.
No.
It's their 4th of the game.
Sorry. One. It's a big opportunity right here for Boardman. Who had a pretty good chances off of corner kicks this half.
And Coach Patterson's yelling at him to get in. Ball still bouncing around. Keep possession.
It's a good left-footed ball in.
There it is.
Was
Goal.
that Sarah Barrow? Sarah Barrow. How about that? I said if we're wanting to score, they should push her up the field a little bit and get one. I think they're looking to talk about if it was offsides or not.
If the girl who made the final touch was offsides, I know Coach Dean probably saying that on the other side.
Oh, they're calling it back. And
Cue the outrage. I think maybe the girl who touched it last might have been off.
that's the only thing I could think of.
We're good. Ball still in the middle of the field. Kind of not wide. I think it energizes everybody to kind of think there might have been a goal there.
Game's a minute and a half left. There's some juice right now going in this game.
Yeah, everyone's a little chippy. Everyone's a little bit
I don't think that was a foul. It just happened to happen right in front of Boardman's bench.
correct.
Emotions are running high.
And like we said before, if that was a boys' game, that girl would be pushed to the ground.
Right.
There'd be retaliation instantly.
Oh,
Shot and save.
tell you what, there's some urgency right now. Imagine if the game is always played this breakneck pass. Pace, not pass, pace. Players will last about 5 minutes doing that.
Under 30 seconds left to go. Let me adjust our clock's a little bit off right now, but we are 10 seconds behind. It's 25 seconds left to go. Both teams throwing the kitchen sink at each other to try to get the ball up the field. Number 6, Presley Eagley, is using all the energy I think she has left in life to put one almost there. And as we approach the end time here, it is a 0-0 tie. Well, Steel Valley, game of the week, 0-0 tie. Lots of action, lots of movement, but in the end, not a lot of goals. Dan, what do you say?
Tune in tomorrow. I had a good time. It was a good game. I know the score is 0-0. Last 15 minutes of this second half were wide open, and we could have seen a couple goals, but wasn't in the books today.
So we will go down and crown a player of the game. Look for that tomorrow morning and interview with the coach.